Okay guys, this is what you're going to need: a hook of your choice. This happens to be a curved shank because I like the curved shank, a flexi swivel with the extra loop there, bait screw, and a hook bead. You're also going to need some line, and in this case I've chosen some fluorocarbon. This is £20 in breaking strain. My reason behind this is because it kicks out beautifully, and that's the whole idea of this wafter rig for me, because I can cast it at range and I can feel comfortable that it's kicking out every time. So yeah, let's get on with it. Okay guys, so take around 15 inches of your chosen hook link. In this case it's fluorocarbon for me, and I'll tell you why: because it kicks out brilliantly and the hook length always stays away from the lead. So right, we're going to go through the front of the eye. That's the side closest to the point, because that gives it a nice kick. And what I'm going to do is just going to leave around 10mm down the shank of the hook. Okay, and then going to whip it round 7 or 8 times. And then back through the back of the eye. Struggling with that, guys, sorry, I'm stretching to get close to the camera. There we go. Pull that through, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull on the hook length, and I'll show you why. Because that tag end there has to be pulled, or the hook length has to be pulled, so the tag end gets to the point where it won't slip anymore. So, and also what it does, it straightens out, by pulling it straightens out this hook length. Right, so now I'm confident that that isn't going to pull through anymore, which it won't. I'm going to snip that tag end really short. It's literally going to have 1, maybe 2mm of the tag end there. So then what I do is I get my bait screw and feed it on to the hook. Then I'm going to take my hook bead and thread that on. Right, be careful here because it's blowing easy to stab yourself. Right, so once you got it on, just pull it round with your nails, and I like to leave it about there. So the middle of that bead is about level with the barb on the hook. Alright guys, the rest's easy. So just pull the fluoro a few times, and what this does, it generates heat and it makes it nice and straight, and that will kick out perfectly every time. So now what I do is take my flexi swivel and pass the fluorocarbon through the ring there, that extra ring, and I'll show you why now. This is why. Right, okay, so this bit hasn't got to be neat, so it's simple overhand loop, and don't get anal about this. And again, I'll show you why in a minute. So it's quite a big loop there, okay. As you can see, if you compare that to the size of the swivel, see it's quite a big one. Right, so what we're going to do is pull tight on this, and I'm going to snip that tag end, leave about 3mm, and then we need some rig putty, and sorry I forgot to mention that earlier. So I've got some rig putty there, and what I do is I don't go close to the hook like a lot of people do. A lot of people go about 1 inch away. I go about halfway down, and again I'll show you why in a minute. Okay, just turn that round between your fingers a few times. Okay, nice and neat. There we go. Right, so that is finished, and that is around 9 inches in length, which is exactly how I like this rig. Right guys, I'm going to show you why I don't use a sleeve on this, an anti-tangle sleeve. It works brilliantly. Right, just pop the bait on first. This is the wafter. One of the reasons I enjoy using, or like using, the bait screw is because it counteracts the buoyancy of this. And that is also another reason why I don't put the putty too close to the hook, because a lot of people do that. They put it there because it counteracts the buoyancy and will keep the hook sitting solidly on the deck, what you don't need to. Okay, I'll show you now. Okay, so you can see here that the hook is firm on the bottom, and the wafter is doing just that, wafting nicely above the hook. You can see that this end, that the swivel or the flexi ring is sitting downwards, and yes, I know that the hook length is sitting slightly off the bottom, but the reason I left the anti-tangle sleeve off is because sometimes as you cast out and the lead hits the bottom, that section there can actually be 1/2 inch or so off the deck, because what happens is the sleeve will point upwards sometimes. So that was my thinking. But yeah, I know this doesn't look perfect, guys. I know the fluorocarbon is slightly off the deck there. There's probably about a 2.5 inch length there that's just slightly off. But I think you get the idea, and you can straighten it out, like I said earlier, just by rubbing it between your hands and pulling it out straight. Yeah, so that's it guys. Thanks for watching. See you soon.